Hey everyone, it's Be Divine. Welcome to Divine Miracles, and thank you so much for subscribing. I hope that each one of you are happy and well wherever you are. And it's a new month, of course, August 2018, and it's the birthday month for me. So I'm not just having a birthday, I'm having a month. And my son is also right on the peak of the Lionsgate on the 8th of the 8th. So if you don't know what the Lionsgate is, have a look at my video playlist. There's one about the Lionsgate. But basically at the moment we've got a whole lot of energy that is coming in from Sirius, and planet Sirius, from the 26th of July, reaching a peak on the 8th of August, and then sort of closing down again on the 12th. So we're getting a lot of energies. So if you guys have been feeling some freaky energies lately, there's 5 planets or something that are in retrograde as well, which doesn't help. But we're also getting these attunements. And the one thing that's been going on for most people that I've been talking to is emotional sort of trigger points, like stuff that all of a sudden you're sort of like crying, becoming emotional, getting upset about things, or panicking about things, or becoming anxious or nervous or something. Maybe things that you thought had gone and then it all comes back again, or something as you watch something on television and it's triggering. A lot of people are just sifting through emotions right now because of this energy of the Lionsgate that's happening, plus these 5 planets that are just in retrograde at the moment. Things are happening and things are shifting. And for the month of August, we're also working with an overseeing angel called Hamaliel. And Hamaliel oversees Virgo as well, the element of earth, and works on, well, because we know Virgos are like perfectionists, this is this perfectionist kind of an angel, but also helping us to work on our soul path, like where we're going. And we've been working on this for so long now, and the energies of healing, the energies of change are all around us. The patterns of our life are changing, and we're removing the patternings, you know, of trauma within our being too. So really all of this, you know, stuff that we're dealing with, and negative people and situations and trigger points. Some people are going through massive changes at work and at home and shifting. Everything is just so twisty at the moment. It's all for our benefit, of course. There's all going to be a big revelation or a big transformation that starts to happen as we move through August. We just have to really be trusting at the moment as to why all of this is taking place. It's always something that needs to happen. It's like shaking out all the loose cobwebs of our life, things that are still causing trauma in some way. And a lot of people ask about healing. And healing, you know, we have to work out the emotion behind things in order for the body to become stabilized. Because anything that is emotional, or that we're holding on to self-hate or anger or bitterness or resentment or past problems or family members that were abusive, or whatever it is that we've been through, we may think sometimes that we're over it. And if our body is not doing too well, then we've got to figure out what emotion we are keep on repeating. And I remember that one of the biggest things for me was trying to figure out why all the time. Like, why did someone do this, or why would someone do that? Like that was always going in my mind. And then I would feel to myself that, you know, because I'd been treated badly, that there must be something wrong with me. So I made a video about our abilities and things as well, but we always tend to blame ourselves for the actions of other people. So there may be little things that are coming up, trigger points to you that we need to sift through, especially for the month of August. This is not my normal monthly guidance. I want to talk with you and do some little cards and things like that. I've written, I have written at my website the guidance for the month of August up there. So you can go to divinemiracles.com and then click Angel of the Month, and you can read about Hamaliel and the message there, or you can listen to, I have a Patreon channel, and the patrons there get to see the full-length video of the guidance of the month, and also more tarot card readings and more angel readings and things like that on there. And the reason that I have that particular channel is because that's going to help me to be able to help you guys for free. So people are on there, they're patrons, and you know, I'm trying to bring in content that is different than YouTube, just for the patrons, so that I can get to you guys for free. That's my main goal. Yeah, so we're going to be doing some, I think I had some other cards here and I've lost them. Okay, so we're going to do the Archangel cards. We're going to do, I really want to find these cards now. I've put them down somewhere. Oh, okay. Sorry everyone. The Power Animal cards as well. We're going to choose a number, 1 or 2, and these will be the guiding influences for the month for you guys as well. So we're working on having these attunements and opening up to these attunements from the divine. We're working on healing, so sifting through all those emotional patterns and all those things that we keep repeating, and letting go of some people too. We're working on empowering ourselves, strengthening ourselves, and letting go of all the self-criticism. We're working on like healing on those levels too. Clearing our space, opening up to new opportunities, new situations. Some people are going through losses, you know, losing friends, losing family members, or going through the grief of when you have already, like it might be an anniversary coming up for you for some reason as well. So all kinds of triggers. This is all needed by us. You know, we need to go through these things in order to strengthen and decide like what we want to do, you know, who we want to be here on earth. You know, we all have a mission of helping the earth to heal. In order for that to happen to great degrees, we must heal ourselves. This has a ripple effect upon the earth. You know, you don't have to be perfect, but you just got to be working on things, you know. And the more you can do that, the easier life begins to become. It really does. What else was I going to say? Okay, that's it for now. I'll probably think about it when I'm trying to talk. It's going to come up and I'll be like, oh, that's what I was going to say. All right, so for this little reading here that I'm doing for everybody, I'm trusting, of course, that you're going to get the right message, because that's what I always do. I'll get the book for this. I'm going to start with the power animals. Now, the power animals are part of who you are as a soul. So it's really important, especially when you're having a healing, to perhaps connect with these beings, your power animals. And they show you who you really are. Like someone who may be afraid and like scared all the time, they might have a huge buffalo as one of their power animals. And it's like, that is who they really are. If they actually allowed themselves to shine, you'd be strong and powerful like that. So on a shamanic level, we connect with these power animals, and they come through when you have a healing with me too. You know, I get myself in an altered state of consciousness. We do a healing over the phone, and the power animals come in, your spirit guides come in, the angels come in. We're both experiencing things. I've had so many people, and I say something and they're like, oh my God, I saw the same thing, you know, when the healing is taking place. So please, you know, have a shamanic healing. It's the best thing you'll ever do for yourself. And I'm doing a special with the shamanic healing as well, which I'm going to talk about really soon. But please go to my website, have a look at the information. I'm going to put up some testimonials up there too, so you can see, because this is just amazing work and what comes out. And again, you get 2 sessions with me basically for the price of 1. Okay, so let's have a look at the power animals while we're talking about it. So I want you to have in your mind, what power animal is working with me for the month of August, okay? And maybe this will bring in lessons for you, experiences for you, or whatever. So choose number 1 or choose number 2, and try to keep the same numbers as we're going through, so it just creates a little bit of a story for you. Okay, so those of you who chose number 1, let's go. Number 1's power animal. Let's have a look. Number 1, okay, the dragonfly illusion. So dragonfly is, you know who you really are. I love that. Okay, and you may be seeing these everywhere, like, you know, just symbols to let you know. The dragonfly also has this amazing connection to spirituality, and connecting you with rising above problems and things like this as well. So let's have a look. I wasn't going to look through the book, but I will, just for you guys. Okay, dragonfly. Okay. Alright, so the dragonfly is talking about illusion. Like, you know who you really are. Like, maybe someone's trying to make you feel less than good enough. But it's saying here that you are a master of illusion, particularly in the guises you wear for other people. This is a gift that was born in the travails of your childhood, an adaptation that once served you well. Okay? These masks do serve a purpose because you can be whoever you need to be in any situation. Yet it can also be easy to fool yourself into thinking that any of these personas are the real you. The truth is that you don't need to rely on these false personas anymore. On occasion they will come in handy, but at this point it's time to let the you of who you are show up in your varied expressions and manifestations. One of the most popular ruses you run on yourself is pretending you don't know the truth. In other words, you play dumb, hoping that because others like to feel superior, that you can indulge them in this way. Yet inwardly, you can be smug and secretly indulge in your own illusion of superiority. Once you acknowledge the truth, then you'll know what to do. And by acknowledgement and acceptance, you accept the truth of who you are. Okay? So, it's also about, like, embracing, like I said, it's about spiritual awareness, this particular, dragonfly. Embracing who you are, and maybe you haven't been able to, show your true self. You've been wearing the hat that you have to wear at home or whatever it is. And, the thing is that you sort of begin to go through a feeling of, like, I'm really only just pretending to do this. I'm not really being authentic to myself, and I don't know how to get out of it because I'm afraid of what everybody will think of me. So I'm guessing that this dragonfly with you for the month of August is saying to you, it's time to embrace who you really are. And once you free yourself from the opinions and thoughts and feelings of other people, once you free yourself from that and realize that some may love you, some may not, and it doesn't matter. As long as you're not taking anything personally, you're going to rise, and you're going to rise right above. Abundance is going to come, luck, everything's going to start coming your way because you are being authentic to who you are. I know it's difficult. I know, believe me, I really do know what it's like to feel like you can't be yourself and you have to pretend to be somebody else because of what society may think, or family, or whatever. But when you make that step and you move out of it, you're really giving yourself a gift. You're giving yourself a gift of freedom where you're not going to let anybody hold you back anymore, no matter what the circumstance is. So if you're in a situation where you feel like you're governed by everybody else's thoughts and feelings, it's time to reevaluate this and put your own feelings first. And the dragonfly is saying that to you. Okay, you know who you really are. You don't need anyone else to accept it. The only thing you need to do is allow yourself to accept it. Okay, and from there you've got your feet grounded. All right, let's have a look at number 2 for the messages. So power animal for number 2. I think that's it. It just fell on the ground. Oh, okay. Sorry everyone. Whale, soul's path. And we love the whale energy. Honor your soul's purpose. Again, you may be holding back. All right, let's have a look what the card says. So, honor your soul's path, the soul's purpose. Whale. People go, what's my soul path? I don't know. It's to be happy. From there, you can do anything. Okay, honor your soul's purpose. It's time to stop fooling yourself and get moving on your soul's path. Pay close attention to the subtleties of your experience and listen very, very carefully to those urgings that are begging you to honor the deepest truth of who you are. Not what you think everyone else will approve of. These two are really going together. But the path that heeds the voice of your soul that's been calling since before you were born. Every experience up to this point in your life has happened, has shaped you and even oh, hang on. Every experience up to this point in your life has shaped you, and even the lives that you've lived before exert their karmic influence. At this point, you can no longer live your life driven solely by ego. Instead, it's important to consciously and consistently attune to your most profound sense of self and align with Spirit's intent. It will take courage and faith to dive into these depths, but you have indeed funded the power and the strength to do so. Claim the destiny that you know is yours and act upon it. Right, devotion, soul memory. So the whales bring that soul path to you. You know, they're always following their own. They're always speaking to each other, you know, telepathically, and, you know, they don't care what anyone else thinks. They're just doing it, you know. And you need to remember that that's part of who you are. You have that strength of the whale with you, you know, and guiding you and leading you. You may be someone who really loves the sea and, you know, the sea life kind of thing too. And maybe this is just a confirmation for you, you know, that that's the right thing. No wonder you have a calling to it, because it's part of who you are as well. So there's things that are, what is it saying here? There are things that are happening around you that are urging you to take a look at your soul path and where you want to be, and giving you the information of this too. And sometimes the past life influences come in at certain times of our life now, you know, as a cellular memory thing. Also, when we have problems with our chakras and the auric fields, it's because there are things that are intertwined, maybe from a past life love, so it's intertwined between your solar plexus and, you know, your heart space. Maybe it's not being able to speak, which is something that I had a lot in many past lives. So I have a past life connection in my solar plexus that goes up into my throat, you know. So this could be entangled in here. And we have to just sift through all these things within ourselves, you know. The most thing is that we are honoring ourselves and realizing that our path is just important as anyone else's, even though people try to tend to make you feel like, you know, whatever they're doing is the most important thing in the world. But, you know, yours is, and you need to honor it within yourself, because when we're not honoring our soul path, we just don't feel good. We just don't feel right, you know. It doesn't feel, and nothing feels that it's connecting together either, because we keep fighting it, okay? So maybe this month it's your turn to just jump into the deep end, do what you want, do what brings you happiness, do what is going to bring you joy on every level, so that you can manifest your desires and the things that you want. And from there, you're going to start to be able to, you know, manifest things abundantly. Manifest abundance. I can't get words out today. Manifest abundance in your life too, because you're focusing more for yourself, which is helping everybody else around you also. So it's pretty cool, these animals coming up for the month. So number 1 was dragonfly, number 2 was whale. And let's have a look at the messages from the angels here. Healing with the angels. And happy birthday to August babies out there too. And my son is the 8th of the 8th, and I think I already said that. Right on the peak. I made another video before this, so I'm like, did I say that in this video or that one? Okay, number 1. Let's have a look at your angel message. Spiritual growth. Look at that. It's going exactly with the dragonfly card and the whale one. So number 2, serenity. So feeling at peace with yourself. Look at that. Okay. So this is what's happening. We are getting this spiritual growth happening all the time. When we grasp onto something that is important to us, we grow another level, you know. When we start working with our higher self, you know, bringing that channel of information down, working with the white light, and we're putting all the pieces together, and we're doing our bits and pieces, and we're meditating when we can, and we're trying to be positive, we're having spiritual growth. And this is a really good time for you to start saying to yourself, you know, I already have these abilities within me. I'm just going to allow them to unfold in my life now. I'm not going to hold back or try to search or try to do it or anything. I'm just going to let them unfold. I'm going to trust when I see number sequences. I'm going to trust when I get a feeling, when my gut reaction is like, no, I'm going to trust it, you know. And the more you can do, the stronger it gets for you. You know, this is really your month of complete growth. And because we've got all this trigger points happening too, you know, it's going to be a real evaluating time. For those of you who chose number 2, the serenity is there. You know, you are serene, you are a peaceful being. You know, you are someone who doesn't like all this fuss and all this drama and all these issues and things like that. You're very peaceful within yourself, but in being that way, sometimes you're not allowing yourself to express, or you're not allowing yourself to shine. And in this case, the Serenity card is looking backwards. So you may have a tendency to continue to look backwards in your life and continue to look at little things where you think that you've gone wrong. Again, that's not helping you, you know. That's not changing it either, you know, unless you're sending healing into your past so you can now live in a healed reality. You know, that's not helping to continue to dwell. Although things are going to come up, you know, at us all the time, we don't need to delve into and evaluate and look at those things. We just say, that was an experience that I had. I'm never going to have to experience the same things twice. If something similar than that happens to me again, I'm going to know exactly what to do. Okay? So feel that peace and feel that serene energy, but keep on pushing forward too. It's really, really important for you not to hold yourself back or procrastinate, especially this month. I've got itchy roof of the mouth. One more, the Archangel cards. Okay. Number 1. Okay, number 1. Angel therapy. Archangel Raphael. This is saying, give your cares and worries to the angels and allow us to take your burdens. One thing that Archangel Raphael really likes to do is to remind us, you know, that we just need to ask for help sometimes. You know, sometimes we forget the angels are there, and you know that we forget that we can do that. And if you don't believe in angels, then you may believe in energy, and we're bringing this positive energy of healing towards us and attracting this towards us as we speak. The angels for the month want you to remember that they are there, and to say to them with intention, thank you for being with me and guiding me forward and opening up the doors of opportunity and creating miracles for myself in my life. I'm just so amazed. And if you speak in this way, you actually create this expectation that it's already happening instead of an expectation of failure. Like when you say the angels, please, please help me, you know, I need help. That doesn't help you at all. It's just like you're not believing that it's actually coming. You're desperate, you know, but you actually don't believe anyone's going to help you. It's there's a difference in the way in which you do ask. So the angels say ask, you know, for assistance with the expectation that it's actually going to happen in the way that is right for everybody involved. Okay? We may not understand it. We don't need to. We don't know how. We don't need to focus on that. We don't know when. We don't need to focus on that. But just that we're expecting it. The more that we're expecting good things, the more that happen to us. You know, we're just attracting it into our being. So number 1, as you're going through these changes, ask for assistance with the expectation that it's taking place. Archangel Raphael is awesome at doing that. Okay, number 2. Indigo and Crystal Children, Archangel Metatron. So Archangel Metatron says you have a bond with children. In particular, can help children who are sensitive. And you know, Archangel Metatron works with not just with children, but also our past life issues as well, and is one of the keepers of the Akashic records too, that you can access, you know, anytime that you want. This card also just is a reminder of our sensitivities, you know, and that we are sometimes just children, just big children. I know I'm a big kid, you know, inside a big person's body all of a sudden, and you know, we get extra sensitive. We go through those times of worrying again, maybe what other people think of us as we're moving forward. Archangel Metatron can also help to release the patternings of events in our life that have caused us upset, release the karmic ties from people and places and situations that we don't need to experience anymore as the karma is balanced, you know. This also can be, like it says, something about children being around you, and that you're going to have just the right words to say, just the right things that you need to say to them to help them to lift, to help them to elevate. I believe that kids with ADHD and, you know, problems like autism and Asperger's is more that they cannot cope with our reality because they've been in the spiritual one for so long, and they are absolutely brilliant. And I just feel if people and teachers can connect with them on a spiritual level, bring them back into their body, you know, because they're out here enjoying the spiritual world and not really focusing on the physical one. If we can get more teachers to connect out here, then you're going to have such better results with these kids, you know, instead of putting them on freaking drugs, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Talking to them, relating to them, you know, helping them to work on their chakras and spiritual things, and bringing their power back to themselves, and all of those things, and more, of course. Like, every situation is different, but this is just indicating that you have this ability within you as well. And maybe this is part of your soul purpose too, is working with children or working with people with disabilities, you know, and mental health issues too, okay? And you can work with Archangel Metatron to help you as you go on that path. He's a very powerful angel. Metatron and Sandalphon, you know, very similar in energy. Apparently they're supposed to be like twins in some way. And, you know, they've got this powerful one sort of at the crown of your head, and one at the foot of your feet kind of thing, grounding and bringing in that spiritual energy too. So, yeah, for the month of August, you know, don't forget that you are supported in every way. Forget that what anyone else is doing on their path, and remember, there's nobody like you. There's nobody that does anything like you do. There's no matter what, if people are copying your ideas or doing what you're doing, or it doesn't matter. Let them, and you keep on being you and your unique self, and that'll help you to stand out like above the crowd, you know. And don't be afraid of your soul purpose. Embrace your soul purpose this month, you know. Really work on this, and know that it's very, very wide. There's a lot of things that encompass your past life. Your past life. There's a lot of things that encompass your soul purpose, you know. And it's not just one thing, and it's not the one thing that's going to bring you the most money. It needs to start with what brings you happiness, you know. And from there, you can expand on everything. But don't let anybody stop you, not even yourself. This is a month of moving ahead quickly. We have the angel Hamaliel working for the month of August. Hamaliel does speed up events, just like Virtue did in the month of July. And how quickly did July go? August is kind of going to be the same thing as we keep on moving ahead and moving forward. A lot of energies are, you know, working with us, and you know, things are triggering us, but it's only for our healing purposes as well. Know that you're receiving a beautiful healing attunement as you've been listening to this video recording. Just be open and aware and accepting of that for your highest good. And I really hope to help some of you guys with your spiritual issues, mental, physical, whatever it is, with readings, or please, you know, have a shamanic healing. Reset everything. Hit the reset button, you know, recharge all your cells in your body. Get rid of all this pain in your body. Get to know about you, a little bit about your past lives and why it's been affecting you and why things have been bothering you. Get to know some of your power animals and your spirit guides that are always with you, and start to embrace yourself more completely. And you get out of it what you put into it as well. You know, if you're really going into it with, I just want to let everything go, you're going to have the most amazing experience. And doing this over the phone is incredible. So I really hope that I get to talk to some of you guys this month. And I'm leaving back for Australia at the end of the month of August, and I'm coming back to the USA before Christmas, so I'll be back. and hoping to work with some of you again and organize some things. I'm sorry if I didn't get to see you this time around. It was a bit of a crazy time, let me tell you, and it just didn't work out in some cases, but it doesn't matter. It's all about the timing of things, and you know, obviously it wasn't the right timing for some things, but I'm really happy with the people that I have met, and I'm so grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. And thanks for watching this video. I'm sending lots and lots of love to you all. Hope you enjoyed the little messages too, and have an awesome August. You'll see me again next week for our weekly tarot readings, and until next time, lots of love. Bye for now. Bye.